Yeah. If you come to mrsaem.com, you can come into uh, let's say activities. You will log in with the password I've told you. Okay, you know the password, right? Right.
No. Oh,
Okay. Now please, can you please take note?
okay.
So over here, what you have to do is, let's say discuss. So you are trying to pick a new file, and you don't know how to start opening the file. So you don't have the word no pop up in front of you. You know no. You have it over here. Let's resume. Okay, I'm recording it now. So, first of all, I would advise both of you that whenever you get a question of access, you should open up in every way. Before the exam starts, you will be given some time to inspect the files. You'll open up the files and inspect them. This will be done before the examination time. Okay,
Okay.
so you
Yes.
are allowed to inspect the files. The examiner will tell you that you can now inspect it. So what I have over here is I have some fields very appropriately. I have the field names at the top. Okay, let's say I don't have the field names at the top. This means I need to think over it that I cannot import this into Access unless and until I don't have field names. Okay, or probably I have to
Hmm.
assign them in Access. Okay, one is this table and one is the other table, which is the distributors table. I will open up this one and I'll see as well. So inspection of files is very important before I start my Access part. Okay, done. Now
Okay.
what we'll do is we'll directly first of all open both of these files. So I'll come into Access, and initially what I need to do is I just copy the path where the files are. I'll come into Access, and over here create. Okay, now over here, first of all what you're supposed to know is Haris, you're with me as well? You listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come into external data. In external data, you have text file and you have access Excel. Why do we use text file? The reason why we use text file is because we are importing a generic file type. What is generic file type? Generic file types are those file types that can open up in all the application softwares. For
Hmm.
example, for image format, we have JPG as a generic file type. Why JPG? Because JPG is one of the most widely used and the most compatible image format we have. Same way for spreadsheets, we have CSV file format, TXT file format. So there are lots of generic file formats available that can open up not only in Windows Access, but also they can open up in various database softwares which are free, which are available in Ubuntu, Linux, Sun Solaris, lots of other operating systems and application softwares. So in order to import a generic file, I'll come to text file and I will specify the path. So initially what I need to do is I'll specify the path, I'll browse. So one by one I will start importing my tables which are in a flat file. Now what's flat file? Usman and Haris. Flat file database is
Hmm.
a database which is in Excel.
Which is not arranged.
Very good. In which you do not have relationship between tables. The advantage
Okay.
of, okay, so you have two types. You have DBMS and you have RDBMS. You might be aware of that. Do you know that?
Hmm.
DBMS and RDBMS, do you have an
No.
idea?
No.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. It's okay. I'll discuss it. Um, you have DBMS, which is known as your database
Management system.
management system. This is your, let's say, your CSV file. Again,
Hmm.
Excel is DBMS, and you have RDBMS. The RDBMS is Relational Database
Hello? Yes.
Management System, right? For
Yes.
this, you have is, let's say, access is an example of it. Okay, you get the point. Now, the reason why,
Yes.
okay, so your spreadsheets come under this category. Your relational database access comes under this category. The advantage of RDBMS is that you can create relations, you can create reports, right? You
Mm,
can create
yes.
complex queries, okay,
Mm,
right? And you can get rid of redundant data. You know what's
mm,
redundant data? Redundant data is data that is being
repeated.
repeated. Very good.
Repeated.
It's being repeated,
Yes.
right? So, why do we have DBMS softwares? We have these for complex calculations, okay? Because in these,
Yes.
such as Excel, we have our built-in function,
Yes.
okay? You get it, right?
Yes. Mm.
So, but
DBMS is for Excel and RDBMS is for Access.
yeah, but
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you
Understood.
is that why would we create an RDBMS software? Because we can create is relationships.
Yes.
We can create report. We can make complex queries. Okay. Now let's start the discussion. So,
Yes.
okay, obviously I need to specify uh, this. So okay, we will leave it as delimited. I'm not discussing the fixed rate. We don't have to. We'll leave it as delimited. That's it. Okay, next. Okay, now I'll just try to increase my speed because we have to discuss um, all of it today. Okay, I'll try to. Okay, so first row contains the field names. Obviously, we have to do this. We have to tell that first row contains the field names. Otherwise, it will consider it as the data. Okay, as the record. We will leave it as comma. We are not changing this as well. Next. Now, we need to change the data types. If I come into advanced, the examiner will tell us which data type we have to change. But I can see over here, my way number is text. Okay, let's discuss the data type. Yes, no is Boolean logic. Yes, no, true,
Yes.
false. Okay. Integer, long integer. Difference between integer and long integer is integer can store up till 7 to 8 digits, and long integer can
Yes.
store up till 18 to 20 digits. The same difference between single and double. Single is used for decimal places. For 7 decimal places, double is used up till 18 to 20 decimal places. You get the point, both of you,
Yes.
right?
Okay. Yes.
Currency obviously is currency where you can have decimal and whole number both. Date and time is date and time, nothing specific. And then you have a short text and long text, which is alphanumeric. Okay, overly object is used to attach um, for attachments, not in our syllabus. Hyperlink is used for URLs. Okay,
Yes.
so I can see over here is dispatched is yes no -1 0. So I'll make this a yes no and I can change it afterwards. Cost
Mm.
price integer long integer fine. Okay, if you have a date field, please make sure it's a DMY, not MDY. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Right.
Next, it will ask me, do you want a primary key? Yes, I will choose a primary key and I will choose VIN number as a primary key because it's a key field, it's a unique key. Okay, key field, unique key, and a primary key. Three names, remember,
Yes.
three names. Okay, next, and finish. If there is any error, you need to rectify the error. You have to import again. If there is no error, you can actually
Okay.
continue and you can import the other table as well. Okay, close. So,
Mm.
error. Why? Oh, sorry. Actually, I did not look at this. Engine size was supposed to be It will just take a second. We'll import again. I can't continue. The reason why is because obviously we are not reading the question paper and we're just importing it ourselves. So I'll just do a bit fast.
Mm.
Next, next, and you are supposed to change it. Engine size. He must have told us that, I don't know the reason why, because it must be text and this was yes, no, anything else. If you read the question paper, this is what they have told us. So nothing much. Once I opened this, dispatched was supposed to be yes, no. So please look closely. I'll click on dispatched and I will click on table tools at the very top. I will change this into yes, no. Done. Are both of you with me? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. So I just converted dispatched into yes no, right? Coming into format and from here. Okay. The next topic that we'll discuss is that examiner will ask you to show a screenshot. Okay. Uh, as soon as you can't see the screen, please let me know. Okay. Give a screenshot of this. I would suggest you to use is the snipping tool. It's available in every OS in every Windows. So use the snipping tool to basically
Okay.
take a snapshot of this. Click on new and you can take uh, this much or this much is fine. Okay. Come to edit, copy it, and you can go and paste it in MS Word. Are you following me? The reason why
Yes.
snipping tool is preferred is obviously is because of the size. A print screen saves in BMP, which tends to be very heavy, and when you will send a printout, you will get it late. So obviously, you want your printouts as soon as possible. So you'll take a screenshot of this, place in the evidence document. Now let's talk about validation rule. It's important. Validation rule
Can,
is what? Okay.
can I ask you one thing?
Sure, sure.
Oh, you opened it from website. Do
No,
you?
no, no. I just went to Windows. Just type snipping. It's available in all the Windows. Windows XP, Windows
First,
7, Windows 10. Okay.
first about the file.
Yeah, yeah.
The how you view
Sorry.
the file in that way that we can see all the field names view,
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're asking. You guys come
Design
into
view.
view. Come into design view.
Can understand.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Now what I'm talking about is, let's say I want the color to be blue, silver, gold. Okay, blue, silver, gold, white. So I'll come into color and I will say over here validation rule, uh, blue or silver or gold or white, and I will say is you can only enter gold, white, silver, or blue. Now, what does it mean? I have applied a validation rule where in the color. So if I come to view, okay, it's actually telling me data integrity rules have been changed. It's saying that you have existing data. Are you sure that you want to restrict them according to this? Okay, in other words, saying, are you in your senses? I'll say yes, I'm in my senses. I know what I'm doing. So
Okay.
now, if I change to, let's say, this to green, it will say no, you cannot enter green. Okay, if I try to enter yellow, it will not allow me to enter even yellow. So I need to enter anything. I need to enter gold, whatever. So this is known as a validation rule. Are you following me, both of you? Okay. So
Yes.
your
Okay.
validation rules, I will send you a PDF file where I have a list of all the validation rules. These are same the rules that are in your query, but there is a difference. Usman, what is the difference between this? What is the difference between this? I mean, why am I doing this? To
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing this because there is no wrong data entry, so that I don't have data entry errors.
Okay.
No one can enter wrong data. Do you
Yes.
agree with me? Why do we make a query?
Yes.
You know the same criteria are in query, but query is used to filter out a table.
Yes.
The purpose is different. So if a question comes of
Yes.
validation, it means the examiner will ask you that you have to restrict data entry, that you have to do not allow the user to enter. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So you could have different things. You could have, for example, if you have, let's say, a date, the examiner might say between this date and that day. Cost price I can write greater than 8,000, less than 15,000. Power I can write D or E. I mean, whatever. I can specify any validation rule to restrict it. Is that clear?
Similar to filter.
No, 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 no. Haris, can you explain?
So we can write any criteria of any fields.
But then what?
Uh,
Why apply validation rule? Why should we apply a validation rule?
To avoid errors.
To avoid data entry errors. My dear Usman, queries filtering is different. Filtering is that
Yes.
we'll just do right now. That is making queries to make a report. Okay.
Yes.
Why do you filter? Because I want to or just find out all the color that is gold. So it will show me all the gold. That's a different
Yes.
thing. I want to restrict right now. Okay.
Okay.
I want to restrict right now.
Yes.
For that I'm using validation. Now,
Okay.
I need to import the other file because I need to talk about relationship. So I have to import the other file as well. Okay. I have discussed two things which was really important. Are you sure both of you got it? What I'm trying to say? There should be
Yes.
no doubt, please. Okay. There should be no doubt. Be sure with whatever you're discussing with me. Okay. So same process again. I don't think so. There's anything that we have to change majorly. So I'll keep on proceeding. I will choose distributor code as a primary key. I can, yes or no, I can, right? So finish.
Yes.
Now please look over here. You need to tell me that which field can help us to create a relationship. Okay? I have this table
Yes.
and I have this table. Please look closely and tell me the relationship.
Distributor.
Very good.
Okay.
Distributor and distributor.
Hello?
Yes, Usman. Can you hear me, Usman?
Was lagging.
Okay. Usman, can you tell me? Can you see it now?
Okay.
Usman.
Yes.
Um,
I can see.
the relationship between this and this will be known as what? This is one.
Relationship.
This is one,
Yes.
and this is many.
Distributor folder.
One to
This is many.
one to many
Distribute.
relationship.
Distributor code and distributor.
Is this not appearing many times? Is this not
Yes.
appearing once? So relationship between distributor code in this table and between S16 cars of this table is one to many. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes,
So
yes.
what's a primary key? Primary key,
VI.
this is the primary key.
Then
This is the primary key. Distributor code is the primary key. You can even see it over here. See? A key has been defined as the
Yes.
primary key. But how can I tell? Because it's not being repeated. They are all different. What's a foreign key? That's a foreign key. A foreign key, okay, a foreign key
yes.
is a key that is being, a foreign key is a primary key being repeated in some other table. Is this not a primary key that is being repeated in some other table? Was this not a primary key over here? It was. So is this not being repeated here? So I defined it. A foreign key is a primary key that is being repeated in some other table.
Hmm.
And the relationship between a foreign key and a primary key is one to many.
Yes.
Any problem till now, Usman? Haris?
No, sir.
Please, no hesitation. We don't have time to discuss it again and again. Now, method. I want everything to be clear. Although I'm recording the video, you can view the video again if the concepts are not clear. That's why I'm recording it. That's the advantage of recording the lecture.
Right.
Okay, because I want to discuss a lot today, so we need time. So, can I proceed further? Right. So, how to create relationship? What we'll do is we will come into database tools. Up here, I'll come into relationship. Can you see?
Yes.
I will add more tables.
Okay.
Yes.
Report and distributor.
So, what will I do now?
Drag it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Drag and drop. Drag it from here and drop it over here.
Yes.
Once you do it, it says one to many. And create.
Okay.
It has been created. You can take a screenshot of this.
Sir, aren't we supposed to click all the boxes?
No, don't do that all the time. Were you enforced reference integrity? No, don't do it. I would not suggest. At this level.
We have to take. We have to take screenshot.
Yeah, take a screenshot of this. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just close it now. Yes. Now we have actually done what? Let's revise. We looked at the CSV file before importing. We imported them by assigning them proper data types. Okay. And after assigning them proper data types, we imported both tables. After importing both tables, we went to the design view and we took a screenshot of that using snipping tool. We talked about validation rule. So we learned what validation rule is. It restricts data entry. Yes or no?
Yes.
Then we learned
Yes.
about exactly, and then we learned about how to create relationship. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now let's come to queries. In order to create a report, we have to make a query. Obviously, okay. This is what RDBMS is for. RDBMS is you have a lot of records and you want to take out the printout of. Now see the advantage of making a relationship. This is one to many, one to many, one to many. Are you following me?
Yes.
This is happening because of the relationship one to many, because you have lots of these over here, so it attaches them with it. You get the point. So now the question says, let's say create, come to query design, add more tables, add some fields from here, and add some fields from here. Run, you get this, no problem, fine. Now, the point is, the examiner says that what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to find all those records where the power is E. So you'll enter E over here. So you get E, very simple. You want to find, then they say, try to find out all those, I don't know, just make a question, all those contact name that start with C. So for that what we do is we write C star. Okay, C star. C star means it's beginning with C, and so star represents all the 256 characters. So it will tell me all the names starting with C. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
If I want to
Yes.
find ending with C, I'll write star C.
Stop.
You remember all this, right? Right? Any problem? Okay. Then please look at this. Then we have is this. For example, I want a contact name that starts. No, I'll make some other example. It should be Spain.
Hello?
Yeah. Are you talking to me? Just wait. I'm just trying to find a proper record. We can try.
It's lagging a lot today.
No, it's not lagging from my side. I don't know. How is it lagging from your side?
No, sir.
No.
Oh,
Okay. Um, to explain you, let me just do one thing. Let me create another query because I need to explain you another concept. So I'll just use the following fields. I'll not use all of them because I have to give you an example. My example is um, G, yes, G white, G white. So power is G and the color is. Now please look at this carefully. This is very important. What have I done?
yes,
I have written G over here and I have written white one line down because I want to discuss this or. This or means what? This or means show me the power which is G or the color which is white. So you see over here,
yes,
it shows me the power which is G or the color white. And
yes.
let me keep on going down. Where I don't have G, okay,
It's just showing white.
it's fine
Yes,
because they were white, all of them. But G, what? Because it's OR. If I type
yes,
this in one line, this in one line it means and. Now I will only go get those records which are G and white, G and white. So
fully.
if you write in straight line, it means and. And let me give you proof of this. If you come into the SQL view, do you see over here? Can you see this line? And Haris, can you see?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, again.
And if I do this, if I do the previous step, look at this. What do we have now? Or, which means where this field is this and this field is this. It's an or. Is this clear?
So we
This
Yes,
can
is
also
why.
do it on design view.
Sorry.
Can we also do it on design view?
Yeah, you can do design view. But I'm trying to explain you that why do we have this or? Is it clear?
Yes.
Because
yes,
there is another or. There is another or. Let me just delete this. Over here, if I write over here is or H. Was there H or not? Let's see. Yeah, there was. Now, do you see this or has O capital, this or has O small? Because they're telling you this or means
yes.
something else. This or means within one field. This or means between two fields.
Okay,
Right. Okay.
Right.
So, you can apply a range check. You can apply a one particular field. Okay. You can talk about or you can talk about and. You get the point. Okay.
yes,
And let's say I delete some of these. Let me talk about this. Let me delete some of these. Three. I already deleted three. So they say try to find out those fields where there is no color. Did you get my question?
yes.
Try to find out those records where there is no color. How can we do this?
Um,
Is
so I can't.
is null. Is null will
That's,
display us.
that's null.
Is null.
What does null mean?
Is null means that try to find out all those cells where we have a null value, where we have nothing.
Okay,
And if I write is not null, what will happen?
opposite.
Opposite, empty cells will not appear. Please don't forget this, okay? Don't forget these points, okay? Then we have runtime calculations. What is runtime calculation? Runtime calculation means create a new field at runtime that displays the half of the cost price. So I'll make a new field over here that will say half of cost, and I will say um, cost price divided by, I'll do it divided by 2.
Yes.
Here we go, we get this, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can even do is one field divided by the other field. Any problem? But the field has to be in,
No.
it has to be in the square brackets. Yes or no?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
problem?
No.
No. I can even do this is, I can even join two fields. For example, I can do this. Let me create a new query and explain you this. Let me add distributors. I want to explain you this. Huh. If I run this, I get is the first name, contact name, and first name. What if I want the full name to appear over here? What will I do? You get my question. I want is the full name. So what do I do? I will write over here is contact
First
underscore
name,
name.
first name,
Yeah,
like
yeah, and percent
first, okay.
and first underscore name.
Um,
So this is what I've done. Harisman, can you see
yes.
clearly? So if I
Yes.
run this, I get full name. If I want a space in between,
Okay.
if I want a space in between, I will join this with a space. Join this with a space and join space with this. So if I run this, I get the space as well. Clear or not? Yes
Yes.
or no? Okay. Now the examiner could say that you're supposed to create a report. Well, it's pretty easy. If you're supposed to create a report, just run this. Come to create, and you can just directly click on report.
Mm.
I didn't have much record, so I'll just use this. So if this has to be in landscape, you will come to page setup. You will make it landscape.
Yes.
You need to adjust this.
Mm.
Right now, I'm just doing a random question, so I was not sure how many fields we want. Obviously, we don't want so many fields, so I have to do all this. I hope it does fit because I've added too many fields. Obviously, the examiner will give you a question while the examiner is in census. I hope it does. Done.
Yes.
Now, if you actually print preview this, you will actually see is at times you get an extra space. Well, why is it appearing? If you have a lot of records, if you have a lot of records, come to the design view and you will see over here, just move this a bit over here. Do you see this extra space? In design view, just drag it till here. Okay? Now the extra
Okay.
space is gone. Clear?
In design view. Okay.
Okay. Then I have to discuss another thing for which I have to actually just really fast. I have to make another query. I hope you can digest whatever I'm teaching you because I'm discussing lots of points today. Okay, so please don't vomit. Okay. So if I run this, I get lots of records. No problem. Let me just filter. Let me add power G and dispatch should be yes. Okay, not bad. Now please listen. I'll go to create and I'll click on report again and I'll make a report. And this report that we create will be basically be in the portrait. Okay, come on.
Yes.
Were there too many records? I hope not.
Hello.
Yes, Usman.
It's lagging.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's lagging and
Can continue.
mine just turned off. I hope it's
Hello?
not. Yes, yes, dear.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, now I can.
so create report. I get the report. So I'm not going to adjust it, please, because I want to discuss something else. I know. I will say, but I will do it.
Okay.
At the bottom of the report, you have to do some calculations, such as I would like to count. Okay, so if I click on this, I can say total count the records. Okay, at the bottom it will count me. If I want to calculate the total cost price, I will say calculate the sum of the cost price. So if I preview the report, you will see at the end I am getting the total of this. I can calculate. I can come back
Yes.
to the layout view and I can whatever you want. Sum, average, max,
Sir,
min.
I have a question.
Give it up. Yes.
Sir, in the 2018 regional paper, it asked us to use radio buttons somewhere in the report.
No, in the form. You can't have radio button in the report. They asked you to make it in the
In
form.
the form, in the form.
In the form, yes. Yes, I'll just come there. I'll just come there. Okay, you got this
Okay,
point? You got
sorry.
this point. I was just going to come there. So, what is form? Form is the front end. If I have to make a form, let's say I have to make a form of this. I'll go to create and I will click on form. For example, yes or no? This is form.
Yes.
But you have to make your own buttons in the form. So you'll come to the design view and first of all you need to do is you have to make navigation buttons.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I'll come here and do you see this button? In the form design tool, click on the button. First make the navigation buttons. I'll just discuss the radio button as well. So first I'll have this. Then I'll have another one and another one and another one. I'll just make next record. I'll not make all of them. You can try. Fine. So this can actually help us to actually go and navigate, go to the next record and go to the first record, whatever. Yes or no? These are known as navigation buttons. Agree?
Yes.
I will now just select this and I will just reduce this a bit because I want to now make it the command buttons. Command buttons are these. Command buttons means I would like to add a new record.
Mm.
After adding a new record, I would like to delete the record. Okay. Usman, have we discussed this before?
Yes, we did it.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. So these are known as command buttons. Haris, are you following me? Okay. Obviously, through this you can add, record, and delete. What you're asking me is, let's say, in case of, I don't have the gender here. This is distribute, right? What do I have?
Not seen a snapshot.
Okay. I'll just try to explain you. So I can use XYZ. This is my option group. Just try to use it.
Okay.
Click it here, and I can have over here is let's say Spain, Brazil, UK, whatever. Fine. Next.
Yes.
Don't worry about the values. It's not of your concern. Okay. Where do you want to save them? Wherever the field was, you will save it over there. I'll make it country. Next
Okay.
and finish. Obviously, you can change the color of this as well. But it's not. And so these are your radio buttons. You get the point.
Okay.
Can you
Yes.
repeat?
Yes, Haris. Listen, beta. All I did was, Haris, I used XYZ over here, right? And just drag XYZ over here, okay? And just type your countries over here. Fine. Next, next, next. Where do you want to save them? I would like to save them in the country field. Next, finish, and that's your form,
Okay.
and you have the radio buttons over there. Any problem, Haris?
Right.
In the same way, Haris, beta, we can even do is I can delete the contact name, and I can use is a combo box for the contact name. So next, this was from distributors, and I wanted was the contact name. Are you following me? It's just a wizard. It's nothing complicated, and I would like to store them where in the contact name. So instead of text box, I'm replacing it with this. So I get the contact name. You get the
You're
point.
basically you're
Sorry?
basically designing the whole thing.
Exactly. I'm designing the front end. I'm designing the form. You get the point.
Designing button.
Yes. Right?
Developer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I think so, that's it. I'll just stop the video because uh, it will.